So moving on, welcome again to Sewing Princess. So this is the pattern that I'm going to use to make a corset top that I've got from Nava Rose or with Wendy. I'm using this white long sleeve and cut it with the pattern. Well, suddenly I made a mistake cutting it because this should be on fold. Make sure to cut 2 pieces each of the pattern for the lining. After sewing the lining in the main fabric, place them together with the right side and sew the top with the straight stitch. After sewing, I clip the curved edges so it will stay flat when you turn it inside out. Then after clipping it, turn it inside out. I use a safety pin to turn the strap inside out. After turning it inside out, I top stitch it. So this is what it looks like, nice and clean when you top stitch it. And then again, I forgot to insert this strap before I top stitch it, so I seam rip it again and insert this strap and sew it with this straight stitch. Then I use the leftover fabric and make a bias and use it as a loop in the back. Total of 10 loops, 5 each sides. And sew it with the straight stitch. Then I cut a strip with 1 inch wide and use it as a cord to tie it in the center back, and fold the sides and the center and sew it with this straight stitch to create the bias. And then I draw lines and sew a channel for the boning. And then sew a straight stitch in each sides of the lines to create a channel. Then I use a zip tie for the boning, but if you have a Ridgeline or a boning, it is better. Then make sure that you trim the sharp edges into a curved edge so that it will not pierce the fabric. Then insert the zip ties in the channels. Then I cut a 1 inch wide strip to hem the bottom. Then place this strip in the inner and sew it with a straight stitch. Then place the strip in the right side and fold it and sew it again with a straight stitch. And that's it. This is the final corset top.
Looking on my back and you are still the same. I try to figure out why you can't tell us stay. And I know when you know all the things that made us. My feelings for you don't go. And I know when you know all the things that broke us. I still have to let you go. Take my hand and follow me. Out of you in my fantasy. Something cool, just something sweet. Follow you in my fantasy. I'll be there, you'll be with me. Out of you in my fantasy. A place